Fort Worth, Texas has introduced a new approach to emergency response, putting drones into the sky to arrive at crime scenes before patrol cars do. For Police Chief Eddie Garcia, the objective is straightforward. He describes these devices as eyes in the sky that provide officers with better information before they arrive on scene, helping to assess threats and ultimately save lives. To build this program, the city partnered with Flock Safety, an $8.4 billion surveillance company. Flock offered Fort Worth its Drone as First Responder program as a one-year no-cost pilot. When advanced surveillance technology is framed as a cost-free upgrade to public safety, it tends to bypass the usual scrutiny. A free pilot program creates an environment where municipalities can adopt highly sophisticated monitoring tools with almost zero initial friction. These new drones do not operate in a vacuum. For 6 years, Fort Worth has been nurturing a relationship with Flock Safety, deploying the company's automated license plate readers across city streets and allowing homeowner associations to install Flock cameras in residential neighborhoods. The financial arrangement is entirely subscription-based. Fort Worth leases this equipment from Flock, meaning the city does not actually own the cameras or the drones flying overhead. To address privacy concerns, Flock's public relations team emphasizes a specific operational limit. While the drone is in transit to a scene, its camera remains locked on the horizon line, avoiding the backyards and windows below. But the hardware's actual capabilities complicate that narrative. During a recent live demonstration of a 15-minute flight, the drone's footage clearly captured citizens going about their day, crossing streets and washing their cars in local parking lots. And regardless of where the camera is pointed, the drone continuously records its entire flight path in case of emergencies, storing that aerial footage as it travels. Presenting the drone as a hyper-targeted tool for isolated crime scenes obscures a larger mechanical reality. The device is conducting a continuous, indiscriminate data-gathering sweep of the city every time it leaves the launch pad. The physical drone is only the visible edge of this system. The real power lies in the cloud-based intelligence infrastructure, where all this captured footage is sent. Sociologists refer to this as the surveillant assemblage. It is the process of taking disconnected data points, a license plate ping at an intersection, a video clip from an HOA camera, aerial footage from a passing drone, and aggregating them to map a citizen's continuous travel patterns. Once that data is pooled, automated AI systems step in. These algorithms categorize travel patterns and flag what the software determines to be suspicious behavior, entirely without human oversight or context. This creates a phenomenon known as tech washing. It happens when historical policing biases, like which neighborhoods are heavily patrolled or who is deemed suspicious, are programmed into software, laundering those human biases through seemingly neutral digital algorithms. Outsourcing intelligence gathering to an algorithm does not eliminate prejudice from police work. It scales those prejudices up, validating them with the false authority of machine neutrality. This massive aggregation of data has prompted severe warnings from privacy advocates. The American Civil Liberties Union points specifically to the cloud-based nature of these systems as a weaponization of public infrastructure. They are warning against the Panopticon Effect. This is a psychological principle where the mere possibility of being watched by an unblinking, automated eye permanently alters how people behave, even if no human is actively monitoring the screen. When you know a drone could be logging your location from a mile away, it creates a chilling effect on First Amendment rights. The threshold for attending a public protest or gathering drops sharply when participation guarantees entry into a police database. The threat of ambient surveillance goes beyond the actual bytes of data collected. It is the silent suppression of anonymous, free participation in society. To understand how this level of monitoring is implemented, we have to look at the legal mechanics of a police department partnering with a massive private corporation. This partnership exploits a legal loophole. Fourth Amendment restrictions limit how the government tracks citizens, but apply to the state, not private companies. By utilizing a third party, law enforcement gains citywide tracking without securing warrants or facing judicial friction. Leasing private tech infrastructure allows municipalities to legally circumvent their own citizens' constitutional protections. This friction-free expansion into city skies has triggered a rare consensus. Across the country, several cities are now actively disbanding their agreements with Flock Safety. On the progressive side, the argument focuses on protecting vulnerable communities. Critics argue that these systems automate profiling and provide easy logistical assistance for deportations. On the conservative side, the argument centers on constitutional limits. The pushback is driven by the need to protect the Fourth Amendment from a centralized, unconstrained surveillance state, which brings us back to Fort Worth's free one-year pilot program. When viewed through the lens of this nationwide, bipartisan panic, the framing of a cost-free public safety upgrade falls apart. The true cost of outsourced public safety is the permanent transformation of public space. It is a system where the default status of every citizen is quietly recategorized from a neighbor into a potential suspect.